Guys, we made it to Cape Coast Castle. Going down to the shrine. So thank you. Going down to the shrine. So yeah, walking to the Cape Coast Castle. As you can see, a Tremacofi is in front of me. Going down to the shrine, walking to the diners. So as you can see in the castle, this is the Cape Coast Castle. I'm going to take more shots when we come out. I'm supposed to take off my slippers, so we'll take off our slippers when we come here. So see, slippers off, we go on in. So yeah, to walk barefooted, as you can see. Those dark bits. These are the dungeons where they kept our ancestors. These are the places where these are some of the dungeons where they kept. These are the places where they kept our ancestors. As you can see, the floor is, you see how dark it is? I mean, the camera is giving it a little bit light, but you can hear the echo. That's how dark it is. This is where they defecated, they passed their feces and urine. And the water from the cups, this is where it also passes through. So blood, water, pee, urine, feces, everything passing through these channels. As you can see, walking to the dungeons. Especially you gotta come to some of them. If you're coming here, you gotta come barefooted. Go home to the shrine. So we're coming to the priest who is sitting at his shrine, and we're about to have a little conversation with him. And as you can see, the stools and the wreaths for brothers and sisters who come around to give to our ancestors who passed on from these places. So welcome to the shrine, guys. And gotta have a conversation with the priest.
Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our every weakness. They play upon our vanities and flatter us in every kind of way. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free.
Don't fucking move on. Shoot your fucking ass, bitch. Tase his ass.
Why are you so angry?
I'm angry because it's been going on forever. Enough is enough.
We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will.
Fuck!
He just shot his arm off. We got pulled over on Larpener.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand out.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead. Please don't tell me my boyfriend just went like that.
Keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Please don't tell me this, Lord. Please, Jesus, don't tell me that he's gone. Please don't tell me that he's gone. Please, officer, don't tell me that you just did this to him. You shot 4 bullets into him, sir. He was just getting his license and registration, sir.
Mid-20th century is Africa's. This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now. Tomorrow, the United States of Africa.
And the pay is in upon Quando. Kubia Medan, Kuna Medan, Yemianuma, Wawa Pitubia Sim. On them, I don't call 70. Will fee a baby man who could baby. And Yak and your album there, Eja. In some way, there was some of it going to tea and some way, and young of fire and Apocosm, and Amambra. In an animal jet for me. Me, share me near being a chimography. Occasion the whole occasion of Pedema back Castel had named the shrine you are. Now, you have to be some Abacosa into on its name to be a little prayer. Tea and answer.
Yes, Sampa.
I'm the reason can walk on pay and sign. I send you this to the business. My missing.
Ampa, Igita, champagne, the Coco, Mandaka Nanoko, I do see much, a moko fingo missing, the other man and Nano.
Boy, chop, Kafra, I will never be some answer, and I never be some answer.
What your animal be so as
for a woman, I'm ready.
Guys, welcome. Listen, this is insane. This is amazing. If you've seen any of the Keiko's videos, you've seen videos of all the celebrities come to Ghana, come to the shrine, to all the 400 years of pretend. All the videos that talks about the castle and the shrine and the chief priest at the shrine. Well, I finally made it to the chief priest, and I'm excited. It's humbling at the same time to be in the presence of history and legendary. And so the chief asked me my mission, why I'm here, and the reason for me being here. And I told him that we are here to learn, we are here to inquire about our history, our spirituality, what our fathers left for us. So he welcomed us, and he said that before we start anything, we have to first pour libation and pray to the powers that be, to the power of the house, that this is what we're about to do, so that they can also bless us with wisdom and understanding and the information that we need to know. So we didn't come empty-handed. Hence, you know, you cannot come or go anywhere empty-handed. So I heard before coming that he appreciates champagnes. That's the God of this house, appreciates champagnes and sweet drinks, not alcoholic beverages, but basically sweet drinks. So I got some on my way, and we are about to offer a prayer on behalf of all of us. So I'm excited about this.
Awesome.
Shit. each day, young money. I fish your papa. Bialam Befie was in sea, what away 1 and 9 one prayer to work in our hara, Simona Fisher.
He's saying this is a sign of welcoming everybody home, welcoming everybody back to our roots. This is a sign that indeed our fathers and the powers that be has opened up themselves to allow everybody that wants to come home, wants to come back to their roots and connect back to their roots available. So everybody's welcome, you guys, everybody's welcome home. We are welcome to the shrine of the great God that is in the castle of the Cape Coast.
Ago. Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
I will write down to Papa. I will never serve the Wazazon. The rising may come up in a look at map, our position man. I shall I feel was Papa Yam, Boyam Ben. Chayabe Wabe. Bomatin, Yifi, you are assassin yard, good Muslim. They are watching us now. Yem young more black and more fish. It's my baby salvation, but more than she waiting. Amen.
Amen.
Ah, not ever. Insane. No, look, inside. Nothing, insane. It's not Benson. None of us, but yes, a man. Now, a pattern, son. Second, I end up a Jordan. I am brother. Yana now, what you in this, what day? Ambla. Wabble me. Papa, no one. More what you may be done over. It will be so awesome. The Blackwood, the be as for to you. And as I got so. Pa! 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 Yes, I'm pa.
Not easy. I am but I had a medical care. Yeah, but I had a bushing. Now, my most motivation was to be a child. Any unknown baby. Oh, yeah, in break a cane. I am invitation and Brent Yabe, Yadan age. I'm a hen and a mabacosa. Until you put no coral, more you. Ma ibotum de abrembra me yetum from Bayambra ma obo boyen ma yene bifu ni eziye ma obese yene bifu ntina yana kwan
Yazamba
I'm a day. Castel missing. Mass American day. I brought folk while you're not daft. Why I will know better thing? No, why? Where I know better thing? No, I say, with the young and yes, I'm coming to you.
So, guys, I just asked our chief priest that we are here to learn, we are here to inquire, we are here to ask questions. So we want to find out what exactly is our spirituality, since this is the bedrock of the spirituality of the Fanti people. We want to understand what is our spirituality. We want to understand what, why we, this generation, have turned our backs on our spirituality. Is there a reason? Is there a cause? Are we on track turning our backs to spirituality, or we are doing something wrong turning our backs to spirituality? So this is what I asked the priest, and he said, well, he doesn't have much to say. All that he wants to say for now is that the white man is a deceiver. Not my words, his words. The white man is a deceiver, and the white man came down to deceive us. He didn't come to our shores to educate us, to equip us, to make us better. He came to our shores to destroy us, to distract us, to separate us, to cause us to turn our backs on our own so that they, in turn, can take advantage of the real reason why they are here. So this makes me understand that they had an ulterior motive coming here instead of the narrative, what they preach or what is written in history books. So I can remember that I brought Fernandez a water banner. What the one I do,
one kind of obey team, okay, obey saying, obey channel. Into one for one, but on farmer and one farmer, obey GH the major petty. No what I'll call. No, I'll call more that I will call ye. Not cherry, the Africans, and you will be in their cafe and quenching. And she had a man to hear its name. Cafe and Tim cheaper, you know, aha, upon you all penance. The bee green here toilets. And I cheaper, you know, and I can go. That's about the Bible, when you go in honey.
So the chief is saying that the white men didn't come here to, make anybody better. They came with their agenda, because that's the question I asked him. That it means that they actually came with an agenda, and he's saying yes, they came with an agenda. They came just to ensure that they recoup or they take out every single thing they can find, whatever resource they can find on our shores, back to their countries to go and build and develop their countries. But they actually brought cruelty upon our shores, because even animals, when you rear animals, you wake up every morning and you want to make sure their pen is taken care of, is cleaned up and all of that. So how much more would you treat human beings, where you leave them to be in these dungeons and you let them sleep in their feces and sleep in their urine and their menstruational cycles and all that. They sleep in all that dirt. So this obviously shows you that they didn't come with or without the Bible. They didn't come here to help us. They didn't come here to train us. They only came for one thing and one thing alone, to enslave and to take our resources away. Iti nana se ekede wan bedo obetiti yana na pede baby says na yana ne yana na mu yentiti yana.
And boy join and I want to say that one what way now want to say the cafe one hour of no chapel some Bible was better no okay we beat about it ya actually no two wa fi age from good from a young man no call on one quay one one to 5 good neighbor no phone one quay no wa no way which you may one where I am what that's one it's in with that chair what better what the Bible will play about it you know okatabu nti ngwe nyame sam na ba ntina ba te ne ngodo ni nyame na azu ko le jon mu nyame da nko yi da bosu mu nda kamena yango kan ne she na ati na lesi.
So I was asking him, did to begin with, because talking about they didn't come to train us, they didn't come to make us better. I asked the question, did our fathers even needed to be trained? Did they need to instill any type of discipline or any type of way of living? And he said that no, our fathers already had their way of living, they had their own discipline, they had their own spirituality, they had everything before the white man came. What the white man came to do is purely to deceive. They came for resources, they came for the human resource, and they came for the minerals. That is the sole purpose of them coming here. They used the Bible as a cover-up. We all know the story. They used the Bible as a cover-up just to ensure that we would think that, oh, we are getting something that we have never been used to, or we are getting something that we've never had. So they came with a God of the Bible. But the question is, we want to ask any white man if they've ever seen the God of the Bible. If anybody that ever preached from the Bible has actually seen the God of the Bible. It's the same way our fathers knew that nobody has ever seen the Creator, nobody has ever had an encounter with the Creator. But the Creator has his representative, i.e. the gods, and the gods are the channels through which we go to encounter the Creator. So they didn't bring anything new that our fathers didn't know. Inti obviously said that. Inti abrofun warabano na yen nanu wo when ya abosom le tumi na azeti komo no You see, to me be put in and an there. Abrofobi, Reba, and Waba, I say, in a mania. One born cocoa, and
But I was there may be some. I end up on 2 days. You bad. I saw far will be some questions. Me, you and I. Cause I there will be select, then see. Now, what about Nabusumi? I knew where I was for harm, which I went to. Uncle Carbo from one sandwich to one. No, be so question a tour guide in the yarn, one of a all. Be so question there. In Yabuta, Mamma is on us. About 5 hours was by. As was it. Bible. Now about the true. Now about the snap, the snap, about was it. That's what we won't pay. And above from that, I just soon I am open the dad. And son, one is where the mother. I'm the beginning of one parent. But they come to the children as I am open. And Sana, Mudu, Sumanu, and as a four. And say, you may have opened that one son. Above me from the child,
So, I asked him, didn't the gods or the powers that be, since obviously our fathers were in contact with the powers that be, didn't they know that the white people were coming to invade our lands? And how come the gods never really prompted anybody or said anything to anybody? So he said 3 days ago there were these people that came to talk, pastors, and they came and they were asking the tall guy, if indeed you say your gods are powerful, if indeed you say your gods have what it takes, then how come the gods didn't stop the white people from invading the land? How come the gods just allow things to happen if indeed there's power in the gods? So he was just looking onto them because he was busy doing his own thing. Then he decided to step in and ask them a question, that what did the white men came to Africa with? They said they came with schnapps, they came with the Bible, and they came with guns. So Chief asked that, what were they using the schnapps for? You see, obviously to pour libation and to pray and all that. Okay, what were they using the Bible for? The Bible to teach and educate people out of the God of the Bible. So there's this God who is supposed to be the creator that sits in the Bible. So they brought that God in the Bible to introduce them, so-called introduce them to our people. What were the guns for? The guns were shooting. So he's saying that if the God, when he was praying, he lifted up the drink to the Creator and thanking the Creator that he's grateful that we are able to gather here, and before him pouring the libation onto the stone altars and all of that. So if that is the case, then it means that our fathers have always been in tune with the Creator. And our fathers has always had conversations with the Creator. And before the white men brought the God of the Bible, our fathers already knew the gods of the Bible. They had encounters with them. They had relationships with the Creator God, not the God of the Bible. So the white men didn't bring anything to our fathers that our fathers didn't know. And so people say that in Taabil, Abrofuno, Abosuno, one stop one.
Mbo, I know some American day. Sisia, I pay one of what about Yampo as I was so. Yampo, the Bialan winner. The Asum was madam. Now, Daddy, Net Yampo, I was wrong day. Oh, Uncle Phil will go forward. Waba, Baba, Mpanchi, I know I am one. No one to can't and I woods, I can't. No, whatever, now wants want to $1. You say, I will a just Joe. A back, a crab, not to my dad, and I'm far away, and find our way, Jawab, the way. They're not anything I once wondered. I will unite in a couple of
So this is actually profound. Let me break it down. So I asked you the question of, okay, we get it. Our fathers knew the powers that be. They had a channel of communication with the Creator through the powers that be. So why didn't the powers, the gods, actually do anything? That's one thing we want to know. Why didn't the gods do anything? And Chief Chief was just telling me that, okay, it's simple actually. We believe that the creator of Dumankuma is the father of everything, every creation, everything that exists. If the creator is indeed, and this is the belief of our fathers, is indeed the father of everything, and he is the one in charge of every single creation on the face of this earth, then it means that the creator is in charge of the gods too. If the priest or our spirituality is being, or the gods are being questioned, that's actually profound. Listen, the gods are being questioned that why didn't they stop the white people from invading our lands? Then he would ask back the question to the Christians that why didn't the God of the Bible also seeing and he knowing all things, knowing the intentions of the white men coming down to come and enslave us, why didn't he drown them at sea? Why did he allow them to travel all the way to make it to our shores? And he kept quiet, he didn't do anything. He kept quiet, let them even go ahead to enslave and mistreat and rape our women. All the rape, the God creator in the Bible didn't do anything. This is the God you are bringing to us. So if this so-called God that you worship as a Christian didn't have anything to say about what his people, the white people, were coming to do with our people, how then do you ask the children of the creator, the powers that be, that why didn't they stop? The question we should ask is that why didn't the Christian God stop this from happening anyway? Because all power belongs to the creator. That is why he said, he pointed the drinks to the creator. All power belongs to him. So if all power belongs to him, and then he didn't stop the white people from coming to our shore, then how are we asking the gods that why didn't they stop them? This is actually profound. Never thought about it. Wow. Wow. It's a moment I said, or why didn't I answer Yankupon or the Nimpane pay? I should Nimpane. Inti, them and Yimpabe you, Yimpare you, Nina, Genome, and Yimpanagasa.
That's the answer. Castel, Busum, being with them. It's a was Busum Yawa, I will not come for. Yankopon saw no so few. Assassin. Was Yankopon at the behind the Pagad, Adama. The soon I will say, soon 2 years. I bet shall move to a day. I saw an idea. I was with my Kafra, into the example there. The Mukasim looking. Says, and Sensumega, Mutumka. Assassin. It's my supposed to Mutumka. And to Matsnoa. Who's willing to be my body? Margin, oh, Quandamy, and no one of the Quandamy. The man that suffers from, I said, I will better my cousin, the child, and the why he was as over his vision. And the Busman and open our one, where I go. And so I'm a showman, don't me, and can't manage.
So I'm trying to understand how, if the creator did not stop the white people from coming to our shores, and if the gods either did not stop them from coming to our shores, then what is actually their role? What are they actually doing? That this means that we have our will, and we are at will to do anything we want to do, and they will just keep quiet and watch us. So Chief came in and said that one thing we all need to understand, that nobody has seen the creator before. Likewise, nobody has seen gods before, or majority of the people have seen gods before. So either you are talking about the creator, which is arguable. I'm not, you know where I stand on that. It's either the God of the Bible has his mouth speak, the one that stands in and speak for him, or the gods in our communities, in our village, also have their mouth speak. So whatever they want the people to know, or whatever inquiries the people make of that particular God, the mouth speak is the one that represents that particular God. But the masses mainly don't see the powers or the gods that be. So therefore, it's bringing me back to a question, in as much as I'm telling you, it's bringing me back to a question, then how do we know that they actually exist? You understand? How do we know that the gods here actually are here? They actually exist. How do we know the creator actually exists? How do we know? As some people say, Obiara whom I bought someone that Obiara whom or the man. Yesterday we were there. Or
I know what this shame balloon. And since my experts. And so the best woman, no to my age, man.
That's what my bed. Soon be ambition, Nipana, Janan, or the to them.
I'm there. Yana, no, Busman, I'm for a while. Busman, I'm for a while. And I buy force their bed, a bocom, and I bear was for. Busman, the one is new. Near open floor. Difference for difference room. Ninsy, cherry, yeah, too.
Okay. Ninsy.
Near what the gabs for Tiga was one offer. And so you were beautiful, and was one offer. Then with the man crab, and Nazi, and was one offer. And we offer at Mankian. Woman, Martin food with the disaster. Near what you are aiming, see. And I bet you, and was one, you know. Near what be out, I have comfort. Then let a problem. I am mad about the open food. I know what's my idea, waffle. And I come for nine, I was on waffle, near a while. Near as soon as it's friends, if you want with the two, what you call it, cotton done. Now that is it. Soon, after a while, and I poetry about force over there. A bay by force ever come. Why does it be away? Yankopon to some flower, moon force on my young to some and I'm for it, the milk me yet. I work was over Bible school, Bible school, Bible school. Bible school, I work what the chapel some. Oh, we are no Bible, pray in Kella, what's a yard soften. You really are what I'm witching. What by him? And it's a fool. Another comfort, and I was on waffle, Yanchan, Mobagi, poor people there, what the fuck. I'm an another 3 days.
And I mentioned once, so I'm asking him that what shows that indeed there's a God that exists, there's a power here. We will talk about a God here in a minute. What shows that there's a God? How do we know? What's the possibility that somebody is just using their intelligence to just mislead people to say, oh, God is speaking to me. Meanwhile, they know very well that no God is speaking to them because nobody has seen any God or nobody has encountered any God. So he's saying that the powers that be, we must understand that they are spirit. They operate in diverse ways. They operate in ways where they can pick up somebody and teach the person herbs. So when the person is taught herbs, we call it dinsini, somebody who takes herbs, plucks herbs, and then use it for healing and well-being. So somebody like that, they are not a mouthpiece of the gods. Somebody like that is just the gods that is in the spirits that are in the herbs. They call them and they talk to them and they conversate with them and they show them what to use for what. So we have that side of the job. Then we have these groups that are actually priests. They are traditional priests, that's what we want to call it. But the proper word for it is actually a prophet. I have a video on that. The word akom means to prophesy. So when we say komfo, it means the prophet who prophesy. So in the English, polish it and make it good and make it look like, oh, prophet is of genuine, is of the God of the Bible. But actually, it's the spirit of the gods around that picks up somebody to use, to be a channel through that particular God ministers or speak to the people. So we have the prophet, or what we locally call our komfo. Then we have the high priest who literally become the mouthpiece of the chief god in a particular place. So like our chief priest he is the mouthpiece of this God who is the leader of all the gods in Cape Coast. We'll come to that. So what he's saying is that is the same way the pastors also minister according to the calling of their God of the Bible. So whatever spirit is calling you, that spirit is what uses you, but it's not something that you force yourself to try and become They pick you, they choose you, they partner with you to do the things that you must do, and not necessarily you being forcing yourself to do something that you are not going. You'll be found out. It's an enemy, sir. It's every Muslim. Every Muslim. It's one hour and a half. I could be a Muslim. At the same time, we say Muslim.
Muslim Abasura. Another Madame. Muslim Basura.
Okay.
Basura. Which of the moon day, Muslim or Macasana, Abadan.
No, we be sure. Oh, you know,
yeah, I see, no Muslim. Now, Muslim as I in there. A 2 million fiscal at the chow.
Or 2 million fiscal
at the chow. But you know, Melbourne, I am not with Muslim. And an hour. Now, now, Parliament come. After the Kabam coming in engine. Nay, I can miss a lab now. We'll see. No one beautiful. What's now? What's none? You go or for or park the castle. Namuko, a man who's with it. And to me, an answer you be all ahead and cannibal. And the damn night I had the time. Come on, cannibal. No, my cannibal. Kaka, and some other way and say, no matter. And that's my main side. Nay, Madame, I Friday feeder, and that time so I feeder.
Feeder.
Now, was it? What's man?
Until I feed up also.
Yeah, I feeder.
When you feed the bush by pay for
that.
Yeah. It's with the way. Moon pay. That time on the toilet for the Madame, you do I shall tell you to. It's so good to go. Mano, Madame, Madame Casson. Madame, when you do a big away. It's I want it to be Mayo Gudu. Getting tired, watching Tumangasa. When Tumang come on. I want no deal bunny and deal bunny. I should have been more expected. Or Bassin. One more more for so one and arm and get a papa. Nothing more as well. Nice about it. Miss Moon, baby, I shall carry on. Tuntum. It's me, the Gulechi. I did. I won. Nice to take a cousin child. Macacho, look with fear than Tama. Elena, Jane, no one got Taabil. Manapa, I won't do Miss Mizzeli cut him out of money. So. Now, it's down here, the soon. It's all the part I Nana Taabil. Go to me. Nay, not that I need to know what Kafra was a ship. Yes. I don't just do things. You guys, you need to pay attention to me. So I asked him because he came out with the nobody has seen the creator, which I agree 100%. But when he said nobody has seen a God before, I was a bit bizarre about it because I'm like, okay, if you've never seen a God before, if you never had an encounter with a God that stays here, and he's supposed to be the chief God in the entire Cape Coast, then how do you know that these gods actually exist? And he said, no, don't get me wrong. I've actually seen a God before. There are so many channels through which these gods communicate to us. One, they can literally move you. So they can literally move you. It means that inspire you. They can literally inspire you or empower you to declare certain things and speak certain things. And when it happens like that, you as an individual, you are not conscious of your very self. And so what happens, the majority of the when things like that happen, people are able to even take pictures or record him saying that when he comes to his consciousness, he realized that he was speaking out of himself. He wasn't aware of the things he was saying. And literally, some of the things that he says, he might not even understand them. So that is one way. Another way is that through visions and revelations, the gods can actually reveal themselves to you. And the third way is, one day he was actually lying here, one Friday afternoon. So he said that Nana Taabil, which is the chief god.
Nana Taabil.
Nana Taabil. Who is that? Sorry, Nana. sorry, Nana Taabil, who is the chief god of this vicinity, he was lying here one Friday afternoon, and he's a god that receives his rituals and everything that has to be done on Fridays. Guys, do you know we have Fridays as our high days? That's where we offer up our sacrifices. Listen, we are not just doing things. Anyway, so he does his spiritual stuff on Friday. He received his sacrifices on Fridays. So one Friday afternoon, he was lying here and he fell asleep because he was tired. Then, in the middle of his sleep, he woke up. He literally woke up and saw a huge man standing here. His complexion is like me, so he kind of looks like me, but tall. And he has a lot of hair. And he was dressed in all black. Yes. You now know why I wear black all the time. He was dressed in all black, and he stared at him. He just looked at him, and he literally was frozen. He couldn't move. He couldn't do anything. So he forced himself to move the bench that he was lying on to fall. Then the spirit looked at him again and moved over, just walked through the walls. So he ran out. We ran out of the place when the spirit was gone to tell his grandfather that this is what I've seen in this place. The grandfather said, you know, I tell you all the time, you have to pay attention, you have to sleep. I tell you that there are things, there are powers, there are gods. At least for now, you have encountered him yourself, and that is Nana Taabil, who is the chief god of all the gods in the vicinity. It's offer them then. Once you pay Nana as where you know how to help you.
If you don't know, Master Magic Moon, Muyana Nano, as is a dark or Denmark, Abaha, Nababiala, Elena Batina, Nabatina, Yana Masor, Akasha, Edena overside. And see, you are Baban near Woman, never be sissy, a young man, and say, Melbaka, and say, I'll go. Mabaka, no more day. Ufuari, wash it. Chair, and
It's if one as a
Fog. No.
yes. When I wash it, then. Yeah, where the water and some other man was on goes on board. And so one will pay. And I'm some more gun. Mr. Branson. Na first tour guide in our castle. And some crow, when I'm in my go on the master that time. Wash it or one with your man. That's how they use it. It's a spread to each other. I'm going to get a one. It's more hunting. You get a new one in tune in Sumat. As one was walk a chapel. Or what church or who's using it. Now, none of them come get messages. You are a boy. You get a new son, you two come. You get a new son, 2 years of man. And yes, and yes.
So he said something that is insane. So I asked him that, okay, apart from that encounter, has he ever encountered him again? Then he said, yes, he's encountered him a couple of occasions, several times. But there was even one time that he went out. There's a sister in Denmark that usually comes to sit here. When he comes to give his offering and all of that, then goes back. So one afternoon she came and he wasn't around. So he had information that she's come around. So she was coming to meet her. But when he got to the door, so what we actually do is that when we're coming in, every time you go to any spiritual place or any shrine, the first thing they sound is ago, which is just a knock trying to create awareness that somebody is coming in. So he was, because he was in the haste, he was rushing to come in, to come and see what's happening. But when he got here, he actually saw our ancestors in chains gathered around, and there was a huge presence, a cloud of darkness that is hovering over them, and the ancestors were in chains here. And he was confused. He was wondering, wait, is this an act or a movie that they are playing, that they've gone to get a cast to play that role, or what's happening? So he went to tell Mr. Blankson, who is the top guy that actually took Obama around.
Yes.
He went to Mr. Blankson to ask him that, is there a function going on? Because I'm seeing a lot of people in the dungeons with chains on their hands, and they are being spoken to by the God in this place. So they are being spoken to by somebody else. So what is happening? And He said, I have no idea. You are the spiritual man, so you should go and find out. So he's saying that, listen, you cannot be in the spirit, a spiritual person, without seeing. When you are a spiritual person, you have to have eyes. You have to be able to see what happens around you. And this is the only how you can actually have conversations with the spirit. And see, before I ever move on to other matters, Nana Taabil is in command. Or Castel. Eti. Sure. Eti then.
My friend Castel.
A friend of Castel. It's Eti and Zindo and Eti Waso.
Metsi and then was better there, Alcasa. Was better there, Alcasa. Nana Macho Casana can.
So I was asking him that, has he really had conversations with the God here? And he says that yes, I've had conversations with him. And when you invoke him, he comes and he speaks, and you would hear, but probably you will not understand what he's saying. So he interprets what he is saying to you. Into ye class is your heart. So I'm asking him that, is he actually here? Like, is he present? And he said, yes, he's present. He's actually, the fact that he is sitting down in his office means that he's actually here. And most of the things that I'm actually asking, he's part of the conversation, and he's telling him things that he should even say. Okay. I saw in Zambia kakra mpere mbisa. Yako Bible numa. What's in there? God of Israel. Otum on Israel from one man who could pray baby. No so one gun go for na no fa assassin. Mpede you there. Asim go for be said. Aboso no was sora otum kun bia wo pe bia na where there because God yam no Bible only to all corner on pen of no asem otum kun bia ofa no nti o ho no pele mata se kaka.
Yes ampa. I'm there. Bosom. Igwe abosom where abate. Na Taabil na abate. Na ne papa ta awaba abate. You are my kind of abakosam kakra. So kwese bi se bi so. Me ka so. One, I mean you are again. Another wa na, another wa second ni. Na you are getting pam be say no wa. What ba? Bosom no tun was mother one go ku yin ban. Ofie. What ba pela?